What's up, guys? It's Sad Zilla. This is another episode of Zilla Mode. And what are we at now? We are at, gosh, I should have done this before. I believe we are at day 45. So 45 songs in 45 days. That's the goal, or not the goal, but the place where we are
We did
at
it.
right now. Yeah, we are at 45 songs. So I have Ian with me today, also known as Renslayer. You guys can check out his music. He was also with me last time that we did this, and really helped me kind of like gather my thoughts about everything that went down in those the first month of releases. And now he's going to be joining me every single Friday, so we can look at like what's going on for that week of releases, and we can kind of analyze everything and just go from there. So we are in the second compilation mode right now, the second week of February. So yeah, let's get into it. Ian, you ready for this?
Sure.
Okay, so now Ian has where he can kind of. Oh, you want me to go ahead and share my screen, probably, huh, buddy?
I mean, I can see things too, but yeah,
Yeah. Let
you
me go
can.
ahead and share my. You should go ahead and share my screen so you can see kind of like what I'm looking at as well.
Yeah.
Make sure this is all good on my side. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so now, first, what I want to do is I want to look at, before we start getting into these newer songs that came out in the second week, I want to first go to the first week of releases, the first compilation, and kind of see like where we are at stream wise. Now, keep in mind, because we're going to compare what was happening in the first week during the second week in the first month. Um, and so one thing that we need to keep in mind is that actually had 10 days. This only had 7 days. So I want you to bring up that picture that I sent you, Ian. We have
Yeah.
like
I
a
have it right
reference.
now.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring it up as well because I took a picture of like the video
I
that
sent you a
we had
closer screenshot.
kind of like looked at. Yeah, here we go. So now one thing that is evident here, that is 10 songs, right? That is the first, what I'm looking at is right, is that 10 songs?
He who must not be killed.
Yeah, so that would be 10 tracks, and
Yeah.
that is what we ended up with. Okay, so um a lot more than I thought that there was,
You
honestly.
know, it
So
is
I know.
looking like that one. That one did do pretty strong.
Okay, so He Who Must Not Be Killed, for example, did 6,000 streams in that
Oh,
first. What's up?
yeah.
Yeah,
Because you had that song actually
pop off on TikTok,
yeah, do well
right?
on TikTok, and then
Yeah,
it had two release radars on there.
we had no, we only had one released
Oh yeah,
radar.
no, because it was a different track that was before 365 that got
Yeah,
release
we had
radar
one
in week
released
one.
radar. I don't remember which one
Yeah,
it was, but yeah, it's that 9,000 down there.
yeah, but then you have
I know
another one with
you guys
6,000
I
as
know that you
well.
guys on the video cannot see what we're looking at, but just basically, I want to give you an idea of like what is going on here. So, the first week we only had one release radar on that, and no, sorry, two release radars. We had two release radars on that. We also had an editorial, and we had one pop up on
Oh, that
TikTok.
was it. The
Right.
editorial. Yeah.
So keeping all that in mind, the average for each of these songs, even after like getting boosted and everything, during this time was about 1,200, 1,300, if you could say, Ian,
Yeah.
probably.
Yes, yeah. It's a minimum
There's
of at least 1,100.
some songs that got 1,600. There's some songs that got 1,700. There's one song that got 1,400, and then there's like 1,200, 1,100, 1,100, and another 1,400. So maybe about 1,300 or 1,400. So we're looking at this now, though. So Tiptoe, which was the one that I landed on released radar. We actually purposely pitched this one to release on release radar. In our last video, we talked about how this actually did get the release radar that we set out for it to get. So it's nice to see that that worked out for us.
Our
Um,
hypothesis was
our
met with a positive conclusion.
Exactly. And so this only has one release radar, only one compilation of 7 songs versus 10 days, 7 days. So if we look at these numbers, 800, about 800, about almost 1,000, almost 1,000, 700, and about 1,000 on this one. Um, really, we're probably in. I mean, I want you to give me your assessment, Ian. Are we kind of in that same bracket if we're leaving out 3 days, 3 extra days? We're not. We don't have a release. We don't have 2 release radars, and we only have 1 release radar,
Hmm.
and we don't have an editorial, and we don't have a song that popped off on TikTok to help even boost these even more. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
what I find interesting about this month is that the release radar that you got here
Yeah.
was way stronger than the release radar that you got for the other
Mm, yeah,
one.
that is true.
This one, outperformed that one by
Yeah.
quite a bit.
And right now
Uh,
it's sitting. This song is sitting at 12,000 right now.
Jeez.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so it's even
So
got even
that
more.
song's done incredibly well. So it's kind of fascinating. Oh, and when did you record that video? Was it on the Friday morning or was it all Thursday night? Always.
That one was actually on Saturday, or no, that
Okay.
was on Friday. No, that was on Friday. Sorry,
Okay.
I was thinking of the one we did last week, but
So
yeah,
it
that one
could
was
have
on Friday.
potentially been a difference of also another day added onto this. So
Mm.
who knows? Maybe these numbers tomorrow will look closer to that. Like, click on Twisted Metal, see what that's at right now.
So Twisted Metal yesterday got had at least 700 streams. Right now it has about 773. So it
Okay,
got
so
another
not gaining
70
a lot.
streams. Not gaining a
Uh,
lot. It probably like it got 97 the day before, so it's probably gonna be about 70 something streams today.
mhm. Yeah.
So it's not and like obviously it's gonna start pushing this new compilation,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, just like in general, like if we're almost hitting 1,000 on some of these,
Hmm.
and it's like the difference between like 1,000 to like 300 more or 400 more. I mean, keeping in mind that we had 2 release radars, we had an editorial, and we had a song pop up on TikTok. I feel like there is a bit of still we have some momentum going into these
Hmm.
new songs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at is that try to see the positive, see where we're at. I mean, like even this Banjo Kazooie song yesterday had 969 streams, so today is sitting at 1,073.
Not
So
bad.
I mean that's another almost we're about 100 streams that we're looking at there. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see, but I just wanted to kind of look at this and compare it to that. If we go back to that, if we go back to like level 1, and I mean, we're not going to see too much of a difference. I think the last time that we looked at this, it had 140,000 streams. And that was, last week, obviously. Right now, it's sitting at 153,000 streams.
Hmm.
So, I mean, 13,000 more streams. Um,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
week or whatever. Yeah, it looks about 1,200, 2,100, 2,400, 2,000, 26. Yeah, so yeah, that kind of checks out about 10, 12, 13,000 more streams on
It'll be
that release.
interesting to see how the level albums do
Right, like over the course of
as
the
time
entire
goes on.
year. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like what is level 1 going to look like at the end of the year?
Yeah.
That will
That will be
be
fascinating.
that will be
It'll also be
interesting.
interesting to look back at, when we're at this point in March, and we can look back at the first week of March and compare it against the first week of January, the first week of February, right now, like
Exactly.
we're doing.
Yeah, because we haven't even
Uh,
gotten to the final compilation on February yet, so we don't even know what that's even going to look like.
yeah.
Um, and
Yeah, we're still
we'll get
early
into
in this month.
we're definitely early in this month, and we haven't had like it's not like there's been a song that's like popped off on TikTok or something like that, or
Hmm.
any other platform that we can kind of like look at as an outlier, right?
Hmm.
All we're really relying on right now is release radar, kind of pushing some of these songs, and when some songs can find an audience. So let's get into Toga Walk 2. this second compilation. Now, Toga Walk 2 itself is obviously, based on the 2 being there, it is a sequel to a song that I had called Toga Walk. It's one of my most popular songs. In fact, we'll actually look at, if we go and look at songs
It'll be
in
easy to
general.
see.
Yeah, it'll be easy to see like where that's
Right
at.
up there towards the
It's
top
right
somewhere.
here.
Yep.
So this song, so the original Toga Walk gets about 200, 212 streams right now every single day, but like overall, 621,000 streams the song has gotten over the course of its life since it released in on August 4th, 2021. So not bad. This is just one of my more popular songs, so I thought, hey, might as well make a sequel and it'll be familiar to people and maybe they will listen to it more. The reason I want to bring that up.
Unfortunately, B Train was not available to be on the song because he left the country and has gone off the grid.
Yeah, we haven't really heard from B Train too much. He's kind of doing his thing or whatever, but
Last
it
I heard, he was in South America.
right. But I'm also doing all these songs solo anyway, so it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get into the stats on this. So Toga Walk 2 just came out, and our theory that maybe something would release on a release radar this week, I feel like is dead. Ian.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's definitely not Togawalk 2, that's for sure.
it's definitely not Toga Walk 2, but I do want to keep this in mind. So normally when a new song drops around this time,
I mean,
usually
41
has
streams is not bad for
yeah,
15 minutes in.
it usually has about like 5 to 10 streams at most. The fact that it dropped with about 35 streams, it's at 41 streams right now. When I looked at it an hour ago, it was at 35 streams. So, I can't be too mad at it. I think it's
No.
because it's called Toga Walk 2. If people are looking at it on their new stuff, they're seeing that and you're like, oh, I got to check this out, right? And maybe it's just because they really like the song. I have no idea. We'll have to see. But yeah, no release radar on this compilation
Well,
at
we
all.
haven't looked at every song yet,
Well, I have.
unless you
So,
have.
so I have, and so like let's go to feel so hollow. For example, um,
Hello.
yesterday it had 172 streams. Today it has 235 streams. So about in line with just another day.
Yeah.
Same thing with Darth Revan freestyle. Darth Revan's freestyle has a little bit more because it is getting
Uh,
now. Darth Revan freestyle is getting a release radar, but it's not my release radar. It is Novo's
uh,
release radar.
nope.
So the reason I know this is because it's showing up on my list, but I follow Novo, right? Do you follow Novo, Ian? I'm assuming that you do. What was that?
I said, yeah, I follow Nova.
Okay. You had something in your throat there for a second there.
I don't know.
Um. Anyway, so if you see your release radar, you'll see this pop up, but you won't see another song of mine pop up because
You know what's funny?
I'm not getting that
I
release
opened up
radar.
my Spotify, the
Uh
first
huh.
thing that popped up, new releases for you, and it's your album, Togawalk 2. One of the first things.
Right. Yeah, because it's
I'm like,
new,
release
right?
radar. Yeah, well, also, because, I'm listening to your music pretty
Oh,
frequently.
I guess so. Yeah. So,
So,
Darth Revan is if Darth Revan freestyle is going to be an outlier on this one. It's going to get a little bit of a boost. Hopefully, it'll bring some stuff over to this album as well. But for right now, doesn't look like a big deal. Limbo yesterday got I think it was at 43 streams. I don't know why it's doing this. It was at like 43 streams yesterday, and right now it's sitting at 70. So like another 30 streams there so far. Spiral of the Dragon had 118 yesterday. It has 162 today. Aku Aku just came out recently, and
mhm.
it's sitting at 61 streams.
Ah,
Not today. It didn't come out today. It came out yesterday. And
yeah.
then No Addiction has 58 streams when it had 29 streams yesterday. So no release radar.
Yep.
We
No.
have this is a fully not boot. Well, I don't know about fully not boosted because we have Darth Revan freestyle with Novo's release radar. But as far as my release radar and like anything else that I'm bringing outside of you know Spotify going into this compilation, I got nothing. So this is a test of what happens when I drop a compilation that doesn't have a release radar. It's going off of like mid level, like engaged songs. Like these songs are not like, it's not like any of these songs are popping off,
Mhm.
right? They're just kind of like doing the same thing that normally a track would do. I think that maybe like Feels So Hollow might be kind of like a little bit more of an outlier because it's getting like no, I mean it's about the same. I mean it's getting
Uh,
about I think it's getting the most out of these that's not getting release radars maybe,
I do
but
like that song a lot.
and it might just be because people
It's a
enjoy
bop.
the song, but for right now this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like, and if we look at like what we were looking at earlier, like with Tiptoe Tiptoe, you look at some of these tracks and they're getting like 98
Huh.
like 100 streams a day. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because they had that boost. This is not going to have that boost. So,
Yeah,
what does
it's
that
gonna
look
be
like?
interesting to watch.
Right. I don't know.
It's also gonna create the question of, is it worth it to pick which songs get release radar, or to just have a song each week get release radar?
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You
see,
know?
okay, so this is our theory. This is why we think that we're not getting release radar this week is because the song that comes out tomorrow is like actually tomorrow. Right now it's like it's about to be tomorrow, but like the following day on Saturday
Yeah.
is Rising Sun, and we had pitched that one because we wanted to see what is the threshold of like how early we can pitch something without like it not working. So we're not going to know if that's going to get released radar until next Friday. Now, this is an interesting prospect, Ian, and this my head might be in the clouds here a little bit. But is there a chance that because right now that song Rising Sun will technically be dropping in 5 hours for the first country or
Mhm.
whatever? Is there a possibility that the reason that we didn't get a release radar for any of these songs for the week is
You're gonna
that
wake up
because
on Saturday morning and Rising Sun's gonna be on release radar.
I mean it could be a
I
thing. It
Well,
could be a
we
thing.
have seen release radar adapt and start showing you a day later.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
have seen it start to do that on Saturdays in the past. So
it could be.
I don't know.
It
I
could.
I wouldn't count it out.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, like stranger things have happened for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I think
know,
this whole process is just a. I
big
guess we'll
old
find
experiment.
out.
Yeah, big old experiment. So, one thing that
Kind of
I
just
do
figuring out what questions we can ask at this point.
exactly, yeah, one thing that I do want to talk about this week. Most of the weeks that I have done this, recap video, um, usually I'm very positive about the experience. I haven't really like no like creative ruts really. I mean, if there is like a creative rut, I just like take a day off or two or whatever, play some video games, and then I get back at it or something. Maybe even there's some times where I took like a week or 2 weeks off during this process where I needed that kind of break. Um, this week really waned down on me. I had some personal stuff going on, but also like just like a lot of things just like on my mind. I started feeling the stress a little bit more. Not necessarily that this was like stressing me out, but it was just like the amount of everything else and then like having this on top of it. So like I found myself falling off a little bit for the content, pushing out the content. um, Also, I made the mistake of accidentally deleting CapCut off of my phone.
Oh
So I no longer have
no.
CapCut on my phone. Thankfully, I have it on my iPad, so I can still edit my videos and everything like that. But I do not have CapCut, and I cannot get CapCut on my phone anymore.
Uh,
So I'm having to use a different program for like off the cuff kind of like edits for like TikTok and things
yeah.
like that. But I mean, like, looking at it on the positive side, I mean, like, we don't know what's really going to happen with TikTok and CapCut in the next, now probably closer to 70 days now. I don't know how many days there are left because I know that they're pushing it like 90 days. So we'll have to see what happens. But uh, if there is a possibility that I'm not going to be able to ever have it again, I need to start finding some different solutions to that problem. So that really
Yeah.
sucked.
That
And
sucks.
just, I don't know, like, overall, I just like, it was hard to like really encourage myself or motivate myself to create content for some of these songs. A part of it is because like I'm like, this is not going to be the one. There's like a feeling of like, oh, like I'm not super excited about the song. None of it is a bad song, and there was a time where I was excited about the song, but now that I've created more songs, I get less excited about these older ones,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like, in my head a little bit. I'm like, this is not as good, right? Um, so I just want to like give you guys an idea of like mentally how I'm viewing the creative process and how I'm viewing releasing these, and like, because like for a whole month at least, right? I was posting at least like 4 times a day on all social media platforms, doing the same kind of content, but just like pushing the songs out there, right? And it, resulted in some good results with like obviously the one that popped off on TikTok. And I would like more of those, but nothing has like really like poked out to me. I'm like, that's the one that I can really push. And then even the ones that did feel like they were didn't perform as well as, obviously that one that did pop off on TikTok. So it's a little bit discouraging, but at the same time, it's just like, um, I think now I'm starting to rethink, rewire my brain a little bit, and get back into the mode of everything. Um, I even thought about some new things, Ian. I wanted to bring this up to you. So I was thinking
Mhm.
like at the start of every week, so probably starting today, I'm going to release a picture that will show the lineup for that entire week. So, oh, we're going to do a song about this on this day, a song about this on this day, a song about this on
Mm.
this day, so that it kind of creates some kind of anticipation, because there's a lot of times where I'm like the way that I've been kind of going at it has been like, okay, this is today's song that's coming out, or and then everybody
Mhm.
gets excited about it, whatever, right? And then after that one goes live, I say, okay, this is tomorrow's song,
Yeah.
and it's like that reveal, like they don't know what's coming, right? But there's a lot of times where
Yeah.
they're like, oh, like, man, I wish you would do a song about this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I actually do. It comes out on this day, and I'll tell my people in my Discord about like the future songs that are coming out, and I'm just like, at this point, why not go ahead and show them like, hey, this stuff is coming,
Mhm.
right? And maybe even do teasers for them in a some kind of like a post on like Instagram or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the week, and it's like, hey, like these are the songs that you can look forward to for the week, and it's a way for me to kind of like promote the compilation versus and like post those every single like post like sporadically, like here's a little bit of this, here's a little bit of this, here's a little bit of this, and like every day on TikTok, instead of just like, oh, let me focus on this one song for this one day.
Mhm.
And that way I can kind of have a little bit more freedom with the creative aspect on like the content. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because right now it feels a little bit too rigid. It's like, oh, like it's just this song today, and I'm not really that excited about the song. Sure, I'll post like my normal like, oh, it's day blah 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 of releasing the song, and I'll always do that one, right? But like
Mhm.
all the other content, like if I want to have another like He Who Must Not Be Killed, I started promoting that like a week before it came out.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and I like if I only had one day to promote that song, it might have not have popped off the way that it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It
know?
also, I mean, that song was a different like subject matter. It had like a different appeal to it than a lot of the
Right.
other songs and stuff. So that uniqueness could definitely be contributing as
Yeah.
well. Whereas like Tiptoe, I mean, you said that you were having issues trying to figure out how to promote that because, it's so odd.
Whoa, dude, hold up. I just got a
Hmm.
notification on TikTok.
Hmm.
It says TikTok is now available on the App Store and Google
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah, no, that happened earlier today.
Does that mean that CapCut is now back?
I can look for you real quick. CapCut.
Dude, I
It seems
swear.
to be.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Dude?
I can update it.
Oh my god. Guys?
Wow, I haven't gone out
Holy
there.
crap. Let's see.
Look at you. You're back in business. Hopefully it didn't get rid of all your local bots.
Wow. Oh my god, guys. You guys have no idea. Oh my god. That was like a huge stress point for me this week. And it literally just happened 2 days ago.
But like, how do you even yeah, we'll get into that later.
I will. Okay, so I'll explain. I mean, this is why we have this anyway, right?
Yeah.
Just to give you guys some insight into like why that would even happen. So what happened was, dude, I edit so much content. This is why it's good to
Hmm.
tell you guys about this. Dude, I had 200 gigs of
Mm.
videos, projects
Oh
backed
my
up
god.
into
Yeah.
CapCut. I had stuff from the beginning of last year still sitting in my CapCut. Okay?
You just
That's
thought, let
how.
me just get rid of the whole thing.
Well, listen, dude, I think this is good stuff for like artists. You
Yeah.
guys don't understand like the amount of content that I create on a daily basis is insane. Like most people stress out about making one piece of content for like a song that they're releasing, that one song for the week or for the month or whatever, you know? And they, can't come up with ideas or whatever. Dude, I will literally post so much freaking content. I have to make tons and tons of content all the time. So, this idea that, you know, I would have that much or whatever is a very true thing, guys. It's a very real thing. You guys, it's unbelievable. Okay, I didn't even realize I had that much. Okay, but that's the reality of the situation. That's how much content I create. But keeping that in mind, I deleted everything, at least most of what I had, right? And then I didn't see it in my storage like that. It had taken it off, right? And there's an option on there to offload the app and you can reinstall it. I didn't realize, and I clicked on it before I even realized what I had done because I thought, like, oh, you're just deactivating the app and then you can reactivate. But no, it's not
Mm.
what it is. You're literally deleting the application, and when you reinstall, you're reinstalling it from the App Store. But at that moment, you couldn't do it because it was banned in the US, so I couldn't get it back. So that's what happened. I didn't actually mean to delete it. And I wasn't even thinking, honestly, I wasn't even thinking that because dude, I've had it this entire time. I honestly wasn't even thinking about like CapCut and TikTok not being available on the App Store.
To be honest, I had no idea that they weren't.
Right, because like we never lost it really.
Yeah, what? It was gone for 12 hours in the middle of the night. Oh gosh, golly.
Yeah, but we still had the
You
app, so it was
know?
like whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like for like dude, there was even like a trend that like these dudes they were like, oh, like, let me get your number or whatever, or let me give you my number, and then they would get on the girl's phone and they would go on there and it would delete TikTok. There was
Oh
a
my
prank that
god.
they were doing, and it was like crazy. It was like messed up. But anyway, that's the world we were living in as of like yesterday. Um, dude, I'm so excited. Like, you got no idea how excited I am. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This 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 whole journey, like, how much shit can happen in 1 year, Ian?
We'll
You know what I'm
find out.
saying? But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, there's so much that can change in 1 year. I do
Hmm.
like something, dude.
Who knows? Maybe
All
Luigi
kinds.
Mangione will make a prison break and take out all the healthcare
Oh my
CEOs.
gosh. But I mean, like think about it. Like in 6 months, a song could pop off and go crazy, right?
Yeah.
In 2 months, something, God forbid, something terrible happens in my life. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
like distracts me from this project. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I've thought about this, by the way.
Uh huh.
If anything happens to me, I want you to just take over ENIC and just start doing it, but like, you know, still give the money to someone else other than you.
Oh, really? So I had to put the work in.
Yeah, yeah, all the work, the effort, the time, the money into it, but then you can't take anything out of it.
Uh huh. You want
It
you?
has to go
Okay.
to.
You want me to give
I'm
it to
not
your
sure yet.
wife?
No, probably my cats.
God, I swear to God.
Hmm.
But
I'll set up
anyway,
a little fund for them. It'll be
anyway,
great.
I wanted to just give you guys some insight into my week because this is the first time that there's been like anything like negative. And so I wanted you guys to get that perspective because, like, I mean, listen, it's not all hunky and dory. It's gonna be great every single week, you know. Um, and I'm not gonna be like super stoked on every single song, and I'm not gonna feel motivated to make content and posts and everything. But you know, things come around. Take a step back, reset. I did have to take a step back and creatively and everything, and now I've gotten back into it. I have the goal set right now for the 20th to have the rest of my songs finished for April, which I only have like 17 songs left. So I'm trying to get at least two done a day. I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to be able to, do that based on that time frame, but at least before March, I want to be start. I want to start working on that following month after April. So that is the current goal. Ian, you got any thoughts before I give my final thoughts? Because there were some other things I wanted to talk about too before I end this.
No, I kind of got distracted and I started scrolling through the songs that you got upcoming right now.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay.
good stuff.
You're like, yeah, you're
So,
like, well, what songs are now? I will say this month that's coming, or these next 2 weeks that are coming, are the better songs of this month.
mm,
Like I'm gonna have
yeah, I do
way
like
more
this
to work
next
with.
week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have way more to work with content and everything like that.
This month is
Moving
so
into
short.
this next month. Yeah, and it's also a shorter month too. Like we have what
Yeah, it's
three
messing
less
me up, but
days.
I'm scrolling through and there's like nothing left.
Three left. 3 days shorter than last month,
Because
which
yeah,
is
we've got the
interesting.
week, the next week, and then that's it. And then we got the
Yeah,
album, the full month album after that.
and it's pretty much the same thing on in March too. There's about
I
28
think there's
days.
four
There's
exactly.
no
Yeah.
there's 20. Well, see, because I have to end it on that
Oh
Friday,
yeah,
so
yeah, you
28
do.
days, and then there'll be only 25 days. Well, no. There'll be one, two,
Yeah.
three.
Oh,
So about 28
that'll.
days. 28 days in April as well, but it'll end on the 25th. And then I will start on 27, 28, 29, 30, and go into the next one, and that one will end on the 30th. It's very interesting, like how like
Yeah.
I have to like stagger these releases. Like I can't just like it has to end on that Friday, so they're
Mhm.
gonna vary in size and everything. But two things I wanted to point out. There's not really two things. This is kind of one thing, but I had some really interesting positive interactions on Twitter today, with like some other nerdcore artists and reactors. Um, X Phase, shout out X Phase.
Hey.
He commented on one of my posts because I posted this like clip of me doing a new song that I just done or whatever, and I felt like I got better at mixing. I was like, dude, like my mixes now versus even January's songs have like improved so much, and like I can do it faster, but I can do it better. And
Oh,
I kind of already know like some of the things that I was running into before and how to fix them, and so it just sounds much better, right? And he commented on there, and he's like, I still can't understand how you're able to do this and still keep up the quality. It's super impressive, right? And I was like, hey, that's a good sign, really good sign, because I'm like, you
mhm.
know, that's I mean, I don't know. That's just awesome because I'm just like, hey, somebody, this is like a reactor that listens to music all the time. He's realizing, he's seeing that the quality is there. I'm keeping up the quality, but I'm still being able to put this stuff up because I was talking about like doing songs in April. Yeah, the song
Mhm.
would be releasing in April. So it's like I'm already working on stuff in that realm. And then there was another case where Ty Weezy, shout out Ty Weezy, also
Hey.
commented on. I said, "Oh, it's day 45 of me dropping a song every single day for the entire year," and she was like, "Wow, it's 45 days. Like that's crazy. Like you're actually doing this, and it sounds great. Like you're still keeping with the quality." She said the same thing,
Mhm.
and I was like, because I was showing clips of like whatever was coming out
Yeah.
that week or whatever. And this is the thing, guys, is that with this number, the days or whatever, like if you see like, oh, dropping a song every day, for the entire year, today's day 20. It's like, okay, 20 days, like 20 songs, big deal, right? 45, it's like, okay, like we're past a
Starts to
month
get a little
now.
crazier.
We're past a month now. Like we're halfway through the second month. He's still doing this. Imagine when I get to 70, when I get to
Yeah.
90, when I get
Yeah.
to 120. People's eyebrows are going to start getting raised. They're like, wait, hold up. Is this for real? Like, there's no way that this dude has actually been doing this. And then you go and look on Spotify. You go and look on YouTube. Holy shit. This guy's got the receipts. This guy's actually doing it. And, you know, not every song's going to be a hit. Not every song, everybody's going to like, right? But it's so easy to just go like on YouTube or something like that. And it's like, man, I kind of just gonna turn this on, see what this is about. Let me see what this latest song sounds like. Wow, this actually sounds pretty quality, and then it's playing on the playlist where all the other songs are. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
And so this is a long game. This whole thing is a long game. So anyway, I just wanted to point out some positive stuff because I was kind of negative, about this week or whatever. I'm so stoked about the CapCut thing. This is all just really good stuff. Ian did not have his picture up today because I don't know what's going on with Discord, and we even tried it on StreamYard, but it will not allow me to like keep the window open and like me have his picture on there. It's super weird, but
It's
you
fine.
know
Now
he's
everyone can picture me exactly how they want.
he's a beautiful bald bastard. So
Possibly
that's
naked
all.
for all you know.
I mean, we probably should have known that before we started this,
Well,
so we could imagine that. But
my
now,
thrill is my thrill.
all right. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining us for this recap. I know we kind of went on long, but I feel like we covered a lot of things. Um, Let me know down in the comments if you guys have any questions because if we're doing these every single week, I would like to answer those questions into a video, and maybe I'll even do an extra video where I can answer those questions. But either way, you guys just give me an excuse to make some content and put my stuff out there. So if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, and just hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop videos. Just like this. I mean, this is 45 days. What will we be at next time? We'll be at
7 more.
okay, so we'll be at like 52. Day 52. 52 songs. So we will see
That'll
you.
be a full year worth of music for you.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. I didn't even think about that. That's literally 52. 52 weeks. So that'll be 1 year full of music of 1 year's worth of weekly drops I will have done in a month and a half. A
You
little bit
could have
over a month and a
stopped
half.
there and been good for the entirety of
En-
2025.
Entire year. But like, where would we have been at? You know, based on like these songs, if we had gotten like,
I don't know.
but actually, you know what? I'm gonna
Vacation.
do before we let you guys go. You know what? I actually want to. So if every song right average about 10K. Well, let's say 12K because I mean that's kind of obvious, right? 12K times 52. Or sorry, 12K times 52 weeks is 624,000 streams. I mean, that's just saying like release radar, right? Release radar, and then like even if let's say half of those get at, let's say like they drop off half, and over the course of the entire year it gets another like 10,000 streams, when just goes nowhere, right? Not posting content about it or anything like that. We're probably looking at about a million streams, right? Just based on just doing weekly releases on what I released so far, based on what we've seen like works and what doesn't work as far as like the music, right? But like I've already done the math on another video. You guys can check that out on my channel. But like on the downside of this project, we're looking at an extra 3 million streams if it bombs basically for the entire year. So, I mean, it is what it is. Even if this is like a failure on a catastrophic level, we're still gonna be up. So anyway, that does it for me. And you want to let everybody know where they can find you if they want to find you.
Yeah, you can find me some places. I am on some of them under ENIC.
There you go. There you guys go. And Renslayer also. He has
Sometimes.
it. Yep. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.